Hello and welcome to the news flash from the only democracy in the Middle East. We are live from the Knesset. We are approaching the time scheduled for the swearing-in ceremony of the incoming government, the racist, dark, extremist, criminal, and corrupt government. Behind me, you can see they are getting started with a large protest that is planned. Many different organizations called for concerned citizens to come out and participate in this demonstration. A long list of organizations, various civil groups from a wide range of political affiliations. Everyone is extremely concerned about the safety of Israeli democracy, which is in severe and immediate danger in a way that it has never been before.
Okay.
29th of December 2022, the day the government of darkness and fascism was sworn in. The criminal government of corruption, racism, and extremism. The government that everything it has done so far has been for itself, to help itself. Passing corrupt laws, personal laws, laws to keep the power in its own hands, laws that are against the citizens. The swearing-in ceremony took place today, but in the face of all this darkness, there is light. A very large number of concerned citizens took the time off work, time off school, and came here to the Knesset on a Thursday morning to voice their deep concern for Israeli democracy. Behind each of these people who were able to join us here today are masses of people who could not make it out here this morning. There is a great power within the public. The public is awake and understands the dangerous situation we are facing. The public is active and continues to inform everyone around them of what is really happening right now. The public is determined and has begun taking to the streets. We saw them here today. We saw that this isn't a small group, but a much larger, growing number of people. We saw young people, students, youth movements, young people from various schools and affiliations. We saw a lot of diverse groups who make up the Israeli public, who came from different backgrounds, different areas, with all sorts of ideas and all sorts of agendas. All these different groups share the fundamental principle that Israel is a democratic and Jewish state. Above all, democratic. We need to understand that the pendulum that swung into darkness will come back and swing into the light. There is no darkness without light. You can't even understand what darkness is without understanding what light is. There is light here. It is present. On this difficult, dark day, we must draw strength from one another in order to keep this resistance going. We need to see the citizens who participated here today as our energy source and recharge. We must understand and trust that in spite of this being a tough time that we are stepping into, in spite of the fact that the incoming government is planning on doing terrible, horrific things, in spite of the opposition being at a major disadvantage numbers-wise, we have the advantage determination-wise. Determination-wise, we have a strength. We will never give up. If you heard the interviews I had here today with some of the protesters, if you saw the people here, saw the light in their eyes, the spark in their eyes, they did not come here defeated. The messages we saw written on the signs they carried were never giving up, not going to happen. The public isn't going to allow this country to be handed to a fringe minority group of delusional, racist extremists. It's not going to happen. They aren't the majority. They're not. They are extorting Netanyahu, who will do anything to evade his trial. He's acting like a criminal trying to escape. That is the only thing keeping them here. But we all know the truth will prevail. the light will prevail. The people understand that this will take as long as it will take. There is going to be a struggle. They are prepared for it. The people understand that this isn't going to be like the previous protests on Balfour Street. This is going to be next level. What we're seeing now is the reaction to the success of the Balfour protests. The magnitude of the darkness is a direct response to the magnitude of the light. The Balfour protests managed to remove an indicted criminal from his seat of power as prime minister. Civil protests managed to remove him before, and civil protests will manage to deal with the darkness that has fallen upon us once again. We're going to have to summon all our power and energy, remain focused with our eye on the ball. By eye on the ball, I mean we will have to pay extreme attention to their attempt at a complete regime change, meaning their legislative package blitz that has only just begun. We will have to make sure that no dark law manages to pass quietly, in silence, and without a loud fight. With each protest, with each voice heard, eventually, their entire fortress of darkness will collapse. The people will not give up their country. The people will not concede to a corrupt criminal regime change that opposes and contradicts all the principles Israel was founded upon. I'm going to end this broadcast, but as you've heard, the next protest will be Thursday outside the Supreme Court. The session will discuss multiple appeals against the law they just passed, allowing twice-convicted criminal Aryeh Deri to serve as a minister in the government. We will be protesting outside. Mark your calendars. Thursday morning. Lawyers will be there. Concerned citizens will be there. Come and join us. From outside the Knesset, this has been the News Flash from the only democracy in the Middle East. Be good, do good, and I'll see you next time.